You got pepper balls going, tear canisters going, you got people on the roof. Okay, so right now things are escalating as we're watching this. This vehicle's coming out. People are blocking this vehicle from leaving. Border Patrol and BORTAC and ICE ERO are taking matters into their own hands. They are going hands-on with some of these individuals. They are taking them into custody. Can you get up on the roof? We got a guy with pepper balls up on the roof. They're shooting down into the crowd. This is getting really, really heated. You got a lot of tear gas and a lot of pepper balls being sprayed right now in this area. This vehicle just made its way free. You can hear everyone shouting. Obviously, you have tear canisters on the ground.
Get them under control. Get them under control. Get these guys under control.
The scenes coming out of the ongoing protests at this ICE facility in Chicago are disturbing, disgusting, completely unsurprising, though, at the same time, given how we've seen the Trump administration respond to protest movements in the past, in addition to the brutality protesters were subjected to in LA just months ago, just to name one example. But what you shouldn't be lost on as you see progressive Illinois congressional candidate Kat Abu-Ghazala get violently thrown to the ground by an ICE agent is that if this is the type of violence federal law enforcement is willing to engage in, broad daylight, cameras rolling, dozens of witnesses, you can easily imagine the conditions and brutality those targeted are being subjected to.
The agents surround the silver car. The driver reverses the vehicle. The officer on the passenger side can be seen pointing his weapon as the driver attempts to flee the scene. As the car drives away, the agent on the driver's side can no longer be seen in this video. In a different surveillance video, 2 gunshots can be heard as the vehicle drives away. In a statement, DHS said the driver, Silverio Villegas-Gonzalez, struck one of the officers and dragged them as he drove away. That officer then fired his weapon, hitting Villegas-Gonzalez.
The driver, Silverio Villegas-Gonzalez, a single father of 2 who just dropped his children off at school, tragically died in a local hospital after being shot by one of the ICE agents conducting the traffic stop.
A DHS spokesperson said the ICE agent followed his training, used appropriate force, and properly enforced the law to protect the public and law enforcement. The officer sustained multiple injuries and is now in stable condition. According to ICE, he entered the U.S. illegally and had a history of traffic violations.
This individual was being targeted because of their undocumented status, that they were here illegally, and that they have a record, a history of reckless driving. Right now, we have not been able to confirm any of that information independently. This is information that is coming from the Department of Homeland Security.
DHS describes the individual as a criminal illegal alien with a history of reckless driving, though a review of Villegas-Gonzalez's publicly available records by NBC News found no criminal charges. Records show he pleaded guilty to 4 traffic violations, including speeding, the most recent in 2013.
Villegas-Gonzalez was unarmed and had no criminal record.
A quick note before we go further, this story, well, it's still developing. Early reports relied largely on statements from DHS and federal officials. That means some details may change as independent investigations, additional footage comes to light. What hasn't changed is the climate that made this encounter possible. Fear, isolation, constant sense of surveillance in immigrant communities under an accelerated enforcement push. Illinois leaders are already demanding transparency and a full accounting of what happened, emphasizing that a traffic stop should never turn into a death sentence while parents are dropping off kids at school.
ICE is saying that the agent had been dragged for a long distance. The footage shows that it was less than 100 feet. The footage also shows that there was an unmarked SUV that barricaded Silverio. I mean, the point is, ICE stopped a man right after he dropped off his child at school because he's brown, because maybe he looked like he worked a minimum wage job, and then shot him to death.
Now is also the perfect time to mention that according to reporting from the Chicago Sun-Times, following orders from the Trump administration, ICE discontinued a pilot program that required their agents to wear body cameras, which in this situation would give us the crucial evidence we need to debunk the narrative coming from the government.
He had full custody of these children. These children were left orphans because of ICE and the action they took that morning. There are agents who can do whatever they want and they don't have to abide by any enforcement and accountability. I think in order for people to feel like justice has been served, we need to know what exactly happened, the protocols, what training or lack of these agents had, how many agents were there. I think it's really important because people are asking themselves, if Silverio could get shot, what will happen to me? I think it's really important for us to understand $150 billion were just inserted into this organization, into this terror organization that would be as big as the 5th largest army in the world. They have no guardrails. There are no controls. They can do what they want. People, the family of Silverio, are asking, who is investigating what happened to him? What will justice look like? And there's no guardrails. I have said it before, that it's time for us to start defunding them and also start establishing accountability that is so desperately needed right now.
So here's where we are tonight, with no body cam footage, multiple agencies involved. Accountability is even harder to secure, and advocates warn that DHS agents can already be more difficult to hold to account than local police. Add in a surge-style approach to immigration enforcement, critics fear incidents like this will multiply unless there's independent oversight, clear rules of engagement, and real transparency. It's not abstract. It's about whether families like Silverio Villegas-Gonzalez's get answers, whether communities can trust that the truth will be documented, not disputed. This is still unfolding, and of course, it's something we'll keep watching as facts are confirmed.